Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip, and you read this thumbnail correctly, guys. You're looking at the right thing here. The market crash warning, guys. That's what we're going to talk about today, because if you haven't already heard, the CEO of the world's largest crypto exchange is stepping down. He is resigning. He is pleading guilty to money laundering, to violating international sanctions with his exchange, Binance. And the Binance exchange is going to be paying upwards of $4 billion to the federal government. That is right, guys. CZ today is flying out to Seattle, Washington to officially plead guilty, and sentencing for him will probably not come until early 2024, likely right around when the spot Bitcoin ETF is probably just been approved. We're going to see some more news stories coming out, not about FTX, but about Binance and CZ. He is officially saying that he is guilty. Now, this is very huge news. We've been talking about the Binance exchange really almost every video, because we talk about CRO a lot on this channel. We talk about crypto overall. When you look at any coin you're trying to buy out there, the Binance exchange is one of the top places that you would go to buy tokens. Almost every token, not every token, but a lot of tokens are available on the Binance exchange. The biggest deal in crypto is when a Binance exchange listing occurs. But is now crypto.com going to have an attempt at becoming the leading exchange? Is it going to be Kraken? Is it going to be KuCoin? Or is Binance going to hold strong here? Do they have $4 billion to actually give to the U.S. government? Because they said they're officially going to do that. There is so much to cover today, guys. Welcome. Now, I don't want to scare all you guys. I'm not telling you to sell. I'm not telling you guys to panic sell. If anything, if a market crash comes, it's more buying opportunities in my mind. That's what I've been saying. You know, as I've been talking to people about the story, I've been saying, I mean, I'm excited for another opportunity to buy some more dips, is really the way that I look at this. But let's assess this entire story, guys. Let's look at what's going on right now in the broader crypto market, because we are seeing a little bit of a sell-off. That being said, not as big of a sell-off as I would actually have expected. So let's take a peek, guys. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, everybody. I am Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Let's look at what's going on right now. So this is a lagging indicator. Let me just tell you guys this. The Fear and Greed Index, keep an eye on this. Right now we're at 74 greed. People have been buying lately, and Bitcoin was close to 28K or 38K last night. We slipped down into the 26,000 and change region for Bitcoin, and Ethereum is back below $2,000 today. Binance was slipping quite a bit today, 5.33%. Really, not even. So what's surprising is not even the worst token on the day. There's a lot of other tokens that have been falling a lot harder. Caspa, algorand, Cronos is in fact falling harder than Binance today. This is a very, very interesting fact, but it is a fact. Look, a lot of tokens are falling harder than Binance, and this just shows you the resilience of this token. Some people are speculating that maybe Binance is not going to allow selling. Some people are saying, get all your money off Binance. Like, maybe, I don't know if we're there yet. I don't have money on Binance because I am an American citizen. We've been boxed out of Binance for a while because, let's face it, the U.S. government has been chasing after Binance to give them some flack for quite a while. The DOJ, the SEC, every government agency essentially has been attacking Binance, and it's, officially as today, I guess the U.S. government can kind of say, got him, right? They're going to pay the fee. This is crazy. Kingmaker in the chat, I see ya. It is the end of an era. New exchange will take the crown. But what is the new exchange? We're going to talk about that in this video. If you guys are just joining, Binance CEO CZ is stepping down. It's a crazy day. We're going to talk all about it. Look at these markets. What's going on? A lot of coins are moving down. I told you guys that, hey, it's been exciting. These crypto markets have been rallying, but don't be surprised to see the markets cool off at some point. And something we also talk about quite a bit is black swan events. These are events that nobody sees coming. Nobody was expecting this. I didn't expect Binance to actually plead guilty and actually pay the $4 billion myself, but we have to leave the possibility for really anything to happen in this crypto market. It's anything's possible, right? Who knows about crypto.com at the end of the day. You know, your CEO can tell you one thing, your CEO then goes and pleads guilty all of a sudden, not one day out of nowhere. That's what happened with Binance. Now, I don't think that's going to happen with crypto.com. I'm not trying to FUD all the exchanges out here. I never wanted Binance to fail. You know, a lot of people out there that are big crypto.com supporters, they were rooting for Binance to fail because then they think that Cronos is going to be taking lead. And maybe, look, with Binance taking a backseat here and not being the best brand name for newcomers coming into the crypto market. Hey, you're brand new to crypto and you're trying to find a crypto exchange. Well, let's just think about it this way. You're probably not going to pick FTX, right? Because of Sam Bankman-Fried. You might not pick Binance anymore. If you're in the US, you're definitely not going to pick Binance because it's like almost impossible to use as a US citizen. But what are you going to use? Are you going to use Kraken, KuCoin? Are you going to use Gate.io? Are you going to use Femex? Are you going to use BitGet? What exchange are you going to use? And that's the question that I'm sure is circulating around a lot of people's heads right now, especially exchange token holders like people in the Crow fam holding CRO. You're probably wondering, well, what's the fate of CRO now that this news is coming out? And what's very interesting to me is Cronos is falling harder than Binance right now. Very, very shocking. But what's been interesting to me the entire time about the Binance coin is, let's look at it. The Binance token, looking at the all-time chart, we came into a bear market. And I've been saying this over and over and over again. This token was one of the best performing coins when I'm talking about how far it collapsed in a bear market. It didn't collapse as hard as some other altcoins. For example, Cronos went from $1 essentially down to 5 cents. Binance went from, call it $700 down to $200. Not as big of a collapse. Still a significant drop off. That's a bear market. That's what happens. But this was fishy. All right. This was so strong that it was actually fishy. Don't know how it held up so well compared to all the other tokens, especially now that this is coming out, that CZ is pleading guilty. The exchange is pleading guilty as well to some of these counts. We'll look at the story here in a second. But they're admitting fault. And so was this manipulated? The answer probably yes at this point. What does this mean for BNB token holders? I don't know. Can this exchange get past this? Do they have $4 billion? This is all going to unfold. And this is why the video title, the thumbnail you guys saw is market crash warning. Is there a possibility of a market crash? And I hate to say it, guys, but the answer is yes. There's a possibility of a market crash, but I'm not telling you the market's going to crash, and I'm not saying sell now before it's too late. That's not what I'm saying. Let me be very clear. A crypto bull market is still coming in my mind. Bitcoin is still having a halving event. There's a spot Bitcoin ETF still coming. There's a spot Ethereum ETF being proposed by some of the largest asset managers in the world. If anything, let's get all these bad stories out of the way, but don't be fooled. This can cause a sell-off. Now, when I say market crash, I don't mean stage 2 of the bear market, okay? I still believe we're out of the bear market. I don't think that we get back down to these $15,000 price levels we saw for Bitcoin. I don't think CRO goes back down to 5 cents. However, as exchanges are now going to be increasingly talked about, we have to acknowledge possibilities with some of these exchange tokens as what exchange is the U.S. government going to come after next? Or is this the end of the line? Is it just Binance? Is it just because of who controls Binance? Is it because maybe deep down this is tied to China and this is an international, call it an international economic battle between the leading crypto exchange? Do we back a Chinese exchange like Binance, which some people say it's not a Chinese exchange. Some people say it does. That's all in the air. Honestly, what can we believe at this point? And now CZ said he wasn't guilty of anything. Now he's pleading guilty. What else is going to come out with Binance? These are all the thoughts going through people's head right now. And it's causing panic. And I'm not panicking. But I am shocked. I am shocked, but I am not panicking, okay? If a dip comes, what could it look like? Well, let's talk a little bit about it, guys. Welcome if you're just joining us. What a ridiculous day this is. The chat is going wild right now. A lot of people are saying, wow, are we in trouble, Kip? I am worried. I'm not worried. I don't think we're in trouble. Binance isn't gonna Binance could fail. Binance could fail. I didn't think that it could or would until today, let's say. And if Binance does fail, then the broader crypto market is probably going to take a tumble. That being said, I can't believe how well this token is holding up right now. Just look at the day. Yes, there's a dip, but that's not a big dip at all. It dropped $10. It dropped $10. Look at the last month. Still up over the last month. Now, that's a pretty significant drop compared to the last month, but still hanging on. Now, just because it's still hanging on right now doesn't mean this thing can't slip further. Yeah, let's get into some of these charts, guys. So let's look at Bitcoin right now, which is hanging on to the 37K level. I'm not going to be surprised, guys. I'll tell you what I would be surprised of right now. I would be very surprised if Bitcoin did break 38K today, this week, this month, at this point. I would be surprised. I do personally expect a market sell-off. I do. But again, I'm not trading on that. I'm not going to take any action on that because my strategy, what's my strategy? Tell me in the chat. You know it. It's dollar cost averaging. And so, if anything, as this pump was going up, I was stressing out because I wanted to buy more. If we dip down and we reject 38K, which honestly, guys, at this point, I've been talking about the fact that maybe we're due for a cool off anyway, exactly as I've been talking about. I've been saying this. We are due, in my mind, for a pullback. It makes sense. Nothing goes straight up. Okay? Now we get this black swan event. The world's largest crypto exchange CEO is stepping down. They're going to pay a $4 billion fine. Do they actually have $4 billion? Are they going to sell off customer funds? These are all the questions that people are asking. Likely, we're going to see a retest of the 35K level, in my mind. Okay? We might even see an attempt back at 30K. 30K could be the bounce zone. If I had to take a guess, I'd say that's a level I'd be looking for. But I'm not also saying that we're definitely going to crash. This is the world's largest crypto exchange that's going through this. There's going to be some fear. And recently, all we've had, if you just look at CoinMarketCap, which strangely enough is owned by Binance as well, we've been greedy. It doesn't stay greedy forever. We're due for some fear, in my opinion. Here's your fear. And this goes back to when the pandemic occurred. Think about that. There was uncertainty. There was fear. We were pumping for Bitcoin. Bitcoin was ripping. I don't know if you guys remember this, but let's look back at Bitcoin now. And I'll take you guys through. We got 81 viewers. Everybody wants to tune in today. Thanks for joining us today. I am Crypto Kip. We're doing 5 videos a day for everybody in the crypto market. It's not just Binance news. It's not just crypto.com news, guys. We talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum. We talk about money-making strategies, meme coin hunting. Consider subscribing to the channel. What a crazy day. But, let's talk about Bitcoin. Here you go. So here's your 2017 bull market, okay? That ended. And then we kind of came up and we had a huge rally. What happened? We were cooling off a little bit and then we dumped. Why? It's a black swan event. That's the FTX collapse right there, guys. That's when the FTX, or excuse me. That is the pandemic. That is the fear of the globe shutting down. What happened to Bitcoin? It sold off. And so we went from being very, very greedy when Bitcoin was rising to very, very fearful. And Black Sea and I just had a phone call. That is something that we can see. Here is just the perfect timing too. We're not in a full-fledged bull market yet, so this little dip could be certainly possible, and we could come down quite a bit. It's certainly possible. I would look at maybe 30K. Could we go back down to 25K? It's certainly possible. It's certainly possible, but unlikely in my mind. Unlikely in my mind. That being said, people are ready to get scared. A lot of people have been just dumping their money into crypto right now. The FOMO has been kicking in. I've been admitting I've got FOMO. All right, I'm a crypto influencer. I've been in this thing since 2016. I keep a level head, but I even get FOMO. If you don't have FOMO, then you don't have a heart. You know what I mean? You're looking at this thing, and you see these prices going up. You're telling me you don't have any fear of missing out. Everybody's got a little bit of FOMO. It comes in degrees, right? And the same is true for fear of a crash. All right, panic, right? There's greed and there's fear, and fear comes in at moments like this, in my opinion. So I'm looking out and I'm giving the warning today officially. We could be cooling off right here. Our weekly candle, we were already a little bit red here on our new week. Yesterday, we looked like we were attempting 38K, but this news is breaking and we're cooling off. We're cooling off. Could we see a dip back down to here? Maybe 25K. More likely, 30K would be my stopping point for a market sell-off. In my opinion, I don't think the whole thing needs to end. The party's not over just because Binance is having some trouble. The Binance exchange isn't shutting down, by the way. Don't think that it's all over, guys. But it's definitely a spooky day. On that note, the overall broader market cap is retracing a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised to see us test this $1.26 trillion level for the overall market cap. We do see altcoins selling a little bit versus Bitcoin today as well. Looking at Solana, just an example of a token that's been pumping, having a Bitcoin sell-off. Bitcoin, in these moments when things get scared, what happens? Bitcoin remains the strongest. Bitcoin's only down 1% on the week versus some other tokens are down 5, 10, some down 20%. The ones that are down 20% had a 130% rally, had a 200% rally in the last month. So, yeah, again, not to panic everybody. Here, look at CRO. The CRO token currently taking a big break down to the 8.7 cent level. Just like we've been talking about, smash up the like button. We talk about it all the time. Wayne Cooper wants to know, what does this mean for CRO? Great question, Wayne. Well, this is what it means for CRO, Wayne. It's coming down a little bit. It's retracing. Fear is going throughout the altcoin market. The altcoins are going to sell off more than Bitcoin. That's just how it works. You got 100K CRO, and so you're hoping for some good news. Well, here's some good news for you. Binance is a major competitor to crypto.com. And so as long as the Binance, as long as crypto.com doesn't get some negative press like Binance has gotten, doesn't get DOJ investigations, CFTC complaints, SEC lawsuits like Binance did, CRO gets more poised for more bullish moves than the Binance token, and potentially even more so than some other exchanges. One example being KuCoin. KuCoin getting dished another lawsuit by the SEC today. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get into the news stories, but we're just talking about Binance right now and the market effect, okay? John R. says, for some reason, it looks like Tonic is where it's at. That thing's either up or down. Yeah, I mean, look, Tonic is going to sell off if the broader market sells off too. No doubt in my mind that we could be due for a little bit of a correction. This is the correction. Here is the correction. It's happening right now. There you go. Your altcoins are correcting just a little bit. 170K CRO should get you house if CRO goes to $4. Yeah, I mean, and here, you've been trying to buy some CRO, folks out there, or any altcoin. Just CRO's a good example. This thing at 87 cents is much cheaper than 12 cents. It's almost a half off discount. Getting cheap CRO, getting cheap altcoins, you've got more opportunities. Honestly, people are getting scared today. I'm like licking my chops today. I'm dead serious. I am licking my chops today. I'm so excited that I have another opportunity to buy some more crypto cheap. Now, am I excited for the people holding BNB token? No, I'm a little bit scared for the people holding BNB token at this point. Am I happy that the price of my existing tokens are going down? No, I don't like to see that. But again, I'm a dollar cost average guy. It's about that average price, and paychecks only come once a month. So this is the way that I view it, guys. WG says CRO has no presence in the U.S. It's out of their jurisdiction. CRO is safe. Well, I mean, you could argue the same thing for Binance to capacity. And it's not necessarily true. You could still use the crypto.com exchange app here in the U.S., just like you could use Binance US, not the full utility that Binance offered, but same thing with crypto.com. You don't have the full utility of the crypto.com exchange. It hasn't launched in the U.S. yet, but maybe it will at some point. What is everybody else saying? I don't bring emotions when trading. Daddy JC said it beautifully. Strategy is to become a millionaire. And if you have that strategy, then you're not panicking today. I'm not panicking today. Black Sea called me. I came out of a meeting. I had a big meeting this morning. And I got out of the meeting and I talked to Black C and we caught up. And the first thing he says to me is, CEO of Binance, he's done. What? He's done? What do you mean? He's doing a plea deal. Well, what do you mean? Is he pleading guilty? Yeah, he's pleading guilty. Oh, that's the extent. I mean, yeah, it's shocking, but it doesn't cause me to, what do I do? Do I set? No, that's not the mindset, folks. That's not the mindset. 86 viewers, 20 likes. If you're looking for opportunities to buy, let me know by smashing up the like button for me. If you're buying on this dip, you tell me with that like button, guys. I want to see those likes. If you're buying some CRO, if you're buying some Bitcoin on this dip, are you buying Binance token right now? Is anybody buying Binance token? Are you selling your Binance token? If you're holding Binance tokens, let me know. Let me know in the comments there. Welcome to anybody that's new to these streams. We're doing them every single weekday, Monday through Friday. Waiting for the Moon says, here comes the manipulation again, so load up. Yeah, great point. Great point. Love that comment, Waiting for the Moon. And I love that name too, Waiting for the Moon. I'm waiting for the moon as well, so I'm right there with you, sir. But manipulation happens in moments like this. And so part of the reason for a sell-off would just be whales see an opportunity to panic people, create a huge trough, a huge dip in the price, cause you and me, try to cause you and me, and they're not going to cause me to do it. I hope they don't cause you to do it, unless, of course, you gotta, but they're going to try to get us to sell, and then they're going to buy it back eventually. Now, maybe this dip lasts for a month, maybe it lasts for 2 months, maybe it's over. Maybe it's over, right? Maybe this is just the correction. Anything is on the table here. I can't predict the future. Some people get frustrated when I say, could go up, could go down, could go to the side. Well, that's the honest truth, okay? I think we come down further. You want to hear what my opinion is? I think we come down further. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I think we come down further. I don't know if CRO breaks down lower. If we do, maybe we're visiting 7 cents again. Honestly, the next level for CRO is 6.6 cents really is a key level for CRO in my mind, maybe somewhere in the 7 cent region. The name of the game, though, is we're going to track Bitcoin, and we're going to see what's going on. AA is shorting BNB. Be careful. Be careful with that. Might be the trade of the year. Might also get you liquidated because everybody's probably having the same idea right now. Just when you think you figured it out, market likes to do the opposite sometimes. So just be careful out there. Jamie S. says the WEF partner, he's not a fan of the WEF, the World Economic Forum partnership for crypto.com. I think the opposite is true, Jamie. I got to call you out. I think that it's positive news because Binance wasn't a part of that. And do you think if Binance was the part of the World Economic Forum, and the World Economic Forum, guys, like they've got the ear of politicians. They've got the ear of the largest companies in the world. They've got the ear of the banks. Would you rather have the banks and let me just put it this way. Binance had the United States government as an enemy. How did that play out for them? Not so good. Wouldn't you rather be on the side of the people that, even if you don't like them, I don't like the World Economic Forum. I don't like Klaus Schwab. I think he's terrible. He looks like a Bond villain. He talks like one too. I was going to try to do a German accent, but no. It's a good thing. I don't see how people see the World Economic Forum partnership for crypto.com as a bad thing. I get that you don't like the World Economic Forum, but you might not like Ripple then. If you don't like the World Economic Forum partnering up with crypto.com exchange, then you probably don't like Ripple. And if you do, then you got to check yourself because the promise of Ripple is that they're intertwining with the banks. And the banks are the friends of the World Economic Forum. So I see a lot of people contradicting themselves. That's what I see. And I'm sorry to come at you, John. I think it's, or Jamie, I just think it's very important that I discuss these. And I love please keep the comments coming. If you disagree with me, please let me know. And I'm not like right here, okay? I'm just giving you guys my opinion. I'm an opinionated guy. I try to be unbiased. I really try to be unbiased. Do I hold a lot of CRO? Yes, I hold a lot of CRO. And so I've got bias. But I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible. I was rooting for CZ and Binance. I was cheering on the Binance exchange. Nobody wanted to see Binance collapse. That means a market sell-off, just like we're talking about today. And that's what we're seeing. Nobody wanted to see this. But at the end of the day, look, we're going to kind of sort through the good ones and the bad ones, and FTX was not so good. CZ might be facing jail time. He's still going to retain ownership of the Binance exchange. Just because he's stepping down as CEO and pleading guilty doesn't mean that he's stepping down as having ownership to the Binance exchange, right? His life's not over. Let's be very real here. So it's going to be very interesting to watch now this story unfold. Let's see what else we got going on. ST3 token, that's a bargain. Yep. But what the W gives the Crow the okay. WEF is the Satan of finance. Crow is king. Let's keep at it. We got a lot of opinions out there. Dang, why is FTX coin rising? Why is FTX coin rising? I don't know. Let's look at it. Let's see what's going on, actually. Let's peek at that. And I'm going to jump into the details. I see more people are just joining the stream right now, but is the FTX token rising right now? Let's just look at the last hourly gainers. Well, it's not really top of the charts here in the hourly gainers. The FTX token should not be rising, in my opinion, but I also predicted that the FTX token would inevitably rise. Remember, what was FTX? FTX was the favorite exchange of the U.S. government. How can I say something like that? Sam Bankman-Fried bribed all the politicians and met with Gary Gensler in backdoor meetings. Oh my goodness, it's up 13% on the day. I bet you this is happening. Oh, this makes me sick. Wow. Yeah, thanks for pointing that out. So you see how I get upset. Be careful with this, guys. But, you know, the U.S. government, Gary Gensler said he'd let the FTX exchange relaunch. Maybe this is the United States exchange. This is the one maybe that they want to push. Maybe that's what's going to happen. I'm not buying this token. I'm not using this exchange. I'm not buying this token. I'm not going to do it. I don't care if it gives me 1,000x. I'm not going to do it. I don't support the man that stole everybody's money. And if CZ turns out and Binance turns out that they were stealing customer funds, if that comes out, which we haven't heard those allegations yet, you better bet that I'm going to avoid and talk negatively about Binance as well. I'm not talking negatively about Binance here. I'm just talking about the news that CZ is pleading guilty and that Binance is pleading guilty to some wrongdoing, but not including stealing customer funds. Very different. I don't know how anybody in their right mind could be buying this token right now. They stole money from you. They stole money from you. Why would you buy this token? I don't care if they change the entire board. On the principle of it, I'm not going to do that. I'm a man of principle. On the principle of it, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get involved in this. That's crazy. Thanks for pointing that out. Love the chat. The chat is very active. Let me know your questions and your comments, guys. A lot of comments today, so if it's really important, send me a super chat. Let me know. I'll try to answer your question. I'll try to get to all the questions. That's my favorite part about doing these live streams is the Q&A portion, which we kind of do throughout. Got a couple folks that agree. The Tonic Army, yes. A lot of people are excited for the Cronos ecosystem, but here's where we're at, guys. So U.S. is seeking over $4 billion from Binance and the criminal case. I talked about this in a short last night, and then today, boom, the bombshell. Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao, I think I said that right, CZ, pled guilty to federal charges. Let's read some of this, guys. Let's get down to the facts, okay? Pete L, 99, thank you for the super chat, Pete. I appreciate it. Just joined. Is this good for Crow? Glad to see you in the chat. Thank you for your super chat. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I think that temporarily, Pete, this is bad for Crow. But in the long run, I believe that it's good for Crow. Why? Because they are compliant. They are the most regulated exchange. I haven't seen negative news stories against crypto.com. I'm going to share with you. Great question, Pete. I really appreciate the super chat and that question. It's the best question I've seen yet today. If this falls through and this kind of comes through, we're going to see a little dip here for Crow. But in the long run, with all the regulatory wins that they've had and the fact that they're not in the media in a negative way, this is going to be good. They're a competitor. Their competition's falling. And so what happens? The other competition steps up and rises to the occasion. This maybe even gives the Binance Smart Chain a little bit of a halt and Cronos Chain has a chance to catch up. But it's not just Cronos, right? I'm going to look and stick around, guys, because I've got a lot of great thoughts that I wanted to share with you guys. And if you disagree with them, please let me know. Let's talk. I'm not right about everything. I'm Who knows? You got to do your own research, guys. But we're going to look at all the other exchanges out there, and we're going to talk about them. So, Pete, thank you for your comment, your question. I do think in the long run it's good for CRO, and we'll get into why. Looking at some of the other competitors and just the fact that we're not hearing negative news about crypto.com these days. This is great. Thank you for the question. 93 viewers, 32 likes. Do me a favor, guys. Smash up the like button if you're buying this dip. Or, you know what, if you love crypto, period. If you're still here, all right? Let's read some of this. Binance chief, CZ, will plead guilty to criminal charges and step down as the company's CEO as a part of a $4 billion settlement with the Department of Justice. Please note, this is only with the Department of Justice. I'll come back to this. The plea arrangement with the government resolves a multi-year investigation into the world's largest crypto exchange. So, for all you guys worried that the Binance exchange is going to collapse, if they pay this $4 billion, maybe they just get to dust off their hands and be done with the issue. And they pay their hush money to the government, right? And it seems like, there's allegedly they're doing something wrong. Now, they're going to do this plea deal because they don't want to go to court. If Binance goes to court over this, instead of just paying the plea deal and pleading guilty, then all these bad things can come out. They'd rather just plead guilty and not go into discovery, which is when you're going into an investigation in court. Look at what happened with FTX. They were dragged through the mud. FTX is pumping somehow today. I don't understand it. But maybe we do understand it. Maybe it's because this is the exchange of the U.S. government, the choice of the U.S. government. Some people are saying in the chat, this is overall good, bad publicity to their competitor. I do tend to agree. Andrea asks, "Say, Kip, do you think CRO will go down a little more? But I'm looking long term to $2 to $5 targets." Yeah. CRO could certainly dip a little bit more. I think the entire market could dip a little bit more. If we rally up, I'll be shocked, and I'd be shocked if we continue to rally up. I don't understand how Bitcoin could break 38K on a day like today. The only way that Bitcoin could continue up and we could kind of retrace is this. And I'm going to go back to somebody in the chat mentioned that they're shorting Binance. If everybody shorts Binance and everybody shorts Bitcoin and everybody shorts, or a large amount of people do, and then all of a sudden some people come in and buy this dip, big whales, and those shorts get liquidated, you could have a short squeeze and we could break out. And so that's a reality too. That's why, you can't predict the future. If all of a sudden greedy people come in and they start getting liquidated, we have 99 viewers. This is an all-time high for the viewers, actually, we've had on the stream. So give yourselves a like button smash, because that is a record, guys. We're breaking records today because everybody's tuning in. Let's read a little bit more about this crazy story. Got 100 viewers now. Zhao and others are charged with violating Bank Secrecy Act by failing to implement an effective anti-money laundering program and for willfully violating U.S. economic sanctions in a deliberate and calculated effort to profit from the U.S. market without implementing controls required by U.S. law. This is according to the DOJ. This is so interesting because CZ on his Twitter has been, look, you can see here, his 4 fingers up. He's been saying it's all FUD. Fear, uncertainty, doubt. Careful with the word FUD, guys. Fake news and FUD, 2 different things. And you can't just chalk it all up to FUD. You have to be a skeptic, okay? I opened up the possibility for Binance to be doing some sketchy things. We've talked about this a couple times. I didn't think they were going to collapse. I still don't think that they're going to collapse. Is it possible? Yes. But he was lying to you and me every day, every single day, and that's being proven. The former Binance chief will also personally plead guilty to violating and causing a financial institution to violate the Bank Secrecy Act. According to the plea agreement, the DOJ is also recommending the court impose a $50 million fine to Zhao. So the company is getting a $4 billion settlement, and Zhao, out of his own pocket, is going to have to pay $50 million, and $50 million is nothing for that guy because he's still going to be ownership of Binance. He's not relinquishing ownership. The case against Binance, which was unsealed on Tuesday afternoon, shows that the exchange is facing 3 criminal charges, including conducting an unlicensed money transmitting business, violating International Emergency Economic Powers Act, aka sanctions, as well as a conspiracy charge. CZ did not comment when CNBC reached out, and he has not tweeted yet. We'll look at his Twitter here in a second. If anybody has any questions, please continue to, hit me up in the chat. I'm trying to keep up a lot of activity going on in the chat. If you guys have any questions, please let me know, okay? Let's keep going through this, though. The charges follow civil suits brought earlier this year by the Securities and Exchange Commission and the Commodity Futures Trading Commission. Now, I'm going to go back up to the top here, and remember, this is just a $4 billion settlement with the Department of Justice. This is not settling the issues that this exchange had with the SEC and the CFTC. And so there could still be more things coming from some other agencies here in the U.S. Okay? Binance has been at the center of intense regulatory scrutiny over how it operates, which we've been talking about, which is why we've been watching Crocoin outperform Binance, which has been very, very interesting. And stick around, guys, because we are going to talk about Binance versus crypto.com more in detail, and we're going to talk about Binance versus some of the other exchanges. I think this is an extremely important topic on the day, probably the most relevant thing for the day, besides just the price action, is how are other exchanges going to survive, or what other exchanges next. We'll get into that. But the SEC was targeting Binance over and over again. We haven't seen that for crypto.com. We haven't seen that for a variety of firms. We've seen it with Coinbase even. Coinbase was hit with some lawsuits. Nothing with the DOJ, but the SEC came after them. And just this week, and we're going to talk about this story, the SEC sued Kraken, claiming the exchange commingled $33 billion in crypto customer assets with its own company assets, creating the potential for significant risk of loss to its users. What is the best exchange out here? I'm telling you guys, crypto.com is definitely getting stronger with this news, but all exchanges are having an intense amount of fear right now, just like when FTX collapsed. It's the same thing. You want to know what's going to happen with Crow? Look what happened when FTX collapsed. Every exchange took a hit, a temporary hit. But who's going to rise like a phoenix out of the ashes? That's the question. And I believe that Crow is certainly one of those competitors that can outpace the competition given the position that they're in right now. We haven't heard any complaints from the SEC. We haven't heard any complaints from the CFTC. In fact, Crypto.com is a CFTC-regulated product because they bought the Nadex exchange, which had a license with the CFTC to offer options, essentially, the futures product that they offer. In the 13 charges brought against Binance by the SEC, the agency accused Binance of commingling billions of dollars in customer money with Binance. So there you go. There's the allegation from the SEC of commingling customer funds, which is contrary to what Binance has said. So they were potentially lying there. Let's see how this comes out in the court of law. These are allegations, by the way. These are allegations. He's not pleading guilty to this. That's not what he's pleading guilty to. They're going to throw a label on this for Binance and say, money laundering, violating sanctions, but they cannot say at this point, you can't throw the label that they were commingling customer funds. It's not a fair label at this point, but CNBC is acknowledging the complaint from the SEC on this topic. Zhao and Binance entities have engaged in an extensive web of deception, conflicts of interest, lack of disclosure, and calculated evasion of the law. This is slowly turning into the FTX story, guys. Well, its holding company is based in the Cayman Islands, a red flag. Binance doesn't have a single global headquarters, and Zhao has frequently resisted calls to do so, saying he wants the platform to run on a decentralized operating model. Now, he's got the BNB chain, but it is kind of weird to say that your centralized agency is decentralized. It's not, He still makes decisions. They can still box people out of accounts if they want. It's still centralized. It's not a very decentralized exchange, if that's really what he was going for. And I don't see him really say these comments ever. And so here we kind of get back into the media painting crypto in a bad light, right? They're taking their shots at this exchange, kicking them while they're down. How can this affect the rest of the exchanges out here? Well, we're going to have to watch and see, but we'll talk more about the other exchanges in a second. The UK's Financial Conduct Authority barred Binance's UK unit from operating in the country. Haven't seen that with crypto.com. Binance scrapped plans to pursue a full UK license. Crypto.com's going for it. And the CFTC complaint, the regulator alleged that Binance CZ, the company's ex-chief compliance officer, operated an illegal exchange and ran a sham compliance program and allegedly violated the Commodity Exchange Act, including laws designed to prevent and detect money laundering and terrorism financing. They're throwing the kitchen sink here. This is the story of the day. This is the biggest story we have seen in a while. This is the biggest story in crypto since the FTX collapse and then the spot Bitcoin ETF news that we've all been anticipating. By the way, I've been talking about the fact that Bitcoin rose here. This rise for Bitcoin, though we're trying to approach a bull market, this 40% move for Bitcoin, okay, guys? A lot of this was fueled, really actually, this move from 30K, or really 25K, it was like right here, 27 in October. This is when the BlackRock spot Bitcoin ETF fake news came out. We rallied. Now Binance has a big bad article. I think that's the retracement we've been looking for. I've been talking about it. I've been warning about it. We've been mentioning it. Anything's possible. I said one more capitulation event. I said it every day. Every single day. One more capitulation event. I think this is it. I think this could be the event. I could be wrong, but the stars might be aligned for this one. I'm not telling you to panic sell. I'm telling you, you're going to have another buying opportunity. That's what I'm telling you guys. If we do sell off, you're going to have another buying opportunity. I'm not telling you it's going to sell off. I'm saying it would make sense to me if it did. And I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but I'm going to give you guys my real opinion here on this channel every single day. Some people want just like a perma bull. Some people love the bears. I like to make my decisions based on the news that I get. And I like to give you guys those decisions that I've made in my mind, the news that I got to get to that decision, some of the ideas that arrived me there, and then we talk about it. And then we do a little Q&A here on a live stream. We got 113 viewers, guys, 55 likes. Let's get those likes up to 100. I know you guys are watching. Do me a favor, if you guys are buying crypto right now, if you're interested in the story, if you want to learn more about crypto and you're new to this market, or if you've been in this market, smash the like button. Let's spread the word about crypto. Let's get the truth out there, folks. Let's get the truth out there. And the truth is coming out. Very, very interesting because Binance just tweeted CZ yesterday, 2 days ago, talking about the Bitcoin halving, talking about focusing on the next bull market. Just look at his pinned tweet. We will try to keep 2023 simple. So much for that. Spending more time on less things. Do's and don'ts. Education. Compliance. Ooh. Product and service. Ignore FUD, fake news, attacks. This is going to be the story. He said ignore FUD, ignore fake news, ignore attacks. And now he's pleading guilty. It's a shame. It really is a shame. Some people saw this coming. Some people are praising his downfall. I don't do that. I'm not praising the downfall. It's a shame. It's a big shame. It's sad. It's a problem for crypto. Another bad crypto exchange. We don't have a tweet from CZ confirming this news. We've just got major news publications reporting it. This is not a Twitter rumor, though. This isn't just a Twitter rumor. The biggest news publications in the world are talking about this story right now because it's a fact and it's real. And it's happening right now. Absolutely unbelievable. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. I got a super chat earlier. Somebody asked me a brilliant question. Feel free to send a super chat with any questions you guys have. If you guys want to become a member on this channel, by the way, we do have members. You can see they got their names highlighted in the chat. We have a private Discord where you can kind of get more of a one-on-one with me and my partner on this channel, Black Sea. We're doing 5 videos every single day. We're telling you guys about some of the coins that we're buying, some of the moves we're making on a more private basis. Membership link down below. But I want to answer all your questions. I want to have a direct dialogue with the community. That's the beauty of the membership, is we get an opportunity to do that. It's hard to filter through all the comments, but this is a crazy, crazy time, and everybody's wondering what's going on right now. And so I see so many people so bullish on CRO right now. This is as sad of a day as it is for crypto and CZ and Binance. In a way, it is a good day for CRO. CRO's still selling off more than Binance. Remember that, guys. But compliance. Okay? Binance is dropping the ball. And crypto.com might take charge. Let's talk about this. The US SEC is now, I don't like these ads. The US SEC is now suing Kraken, the crypto exchange, over its failure to register. Another lawsuit, guys. Another lawsuit. So you see KuCoin getting complaints from the SEC. You see Kraken getting complaints from the SEC. How many exchanges do we have left? Well, let's look. Let's look. You got Binance, guys. Binance is number 1. Coinbase is number 2. Even they had a complaint from the SEC. Coinbase is strong. They're one of the most compliant. All right. Kraken, 1, 2, 3, all in trouble with the SEC. Bybit. Bybit, I believe you need a VPN to even use this. Can't even do it. OKX. You can't even use this in the United States of America. KuCoin. Pretty decent exchange. Had a complaint with the SEC recently. BitGet. Got to use a VPN to use it. Gate.io. A lot of pump and dumps. Fake coins on there. A great way to get into some new tokens. Pretty strong exchange. Bitstamp. No reserves data available. Binance has reserves data available, but right now that's in question. How good are the reserves data? What else do we got? Bitfinex. I haven't heard a lot of negative things or positive things about Bitfinex. Gemini, heard a lot of negative thing about Gemini and their Genesis product with the DCG group. If you don't remember that, go back to some of the old videos, guys. Big FUD coming out after the FTX collapse with that. Gemini and the Winklevoss twins was on everybody's tongue. Then what do we have? Crypto.com exchange. Guys, this paves the way for Crypto.com to have a serious run-up against some of these other exchanges. If people start getting scared of Binance, where are they going to go? Where are they going to go? You can't use the Crypto.com exchange in the U.S., okay? You can't use the Binance exchange in the U.S. either, though. It's going to be interesting. I want to see Crypto.com launch their exchange if they could do that right now. If they'd launch that, like, soon, they would get so much volume right now. It's the time of times to be launching that product, but they haven't launched it yet. Other exchanges, HTX is pretty big. MEXC is pretty big. Upbit, I've heard some people like that. MEXC, LBank, not too trustworthy, really. Look at this, guys. Look at this. What else is there? Those are the big names. Crypto.com. Let's see. Are they next to get attacked? I don't know. I don't know if they get attacked by the SEC. I don't know if they get attacked by the DOJ. I don't know if they get attacked by the CFTC, but at this point, they haven't. They haven't at all. They still got their marketing partnerships. They don't have any lawsuits against any of these giant government agencies here in the U.S. They just don't have any issues going on that I'm aware of, and it really poises Crypto.com for a very interesting position going into this next bull market, guys. Very, very interesting. And I see somebody asking, if they deny the spot ETF, will capitulate. Yes, absolutely. I can 100% agree. And it's a good point. I love that comment. And please keep the comments and questions coming in the chat, guys, because what a brilliant, brilliant statement there. Thank you for that comment, Nextcar. I appreciate it. Because nobody's talking about this. Nobody's talking about the possibility of the SEC rejecting the Bitcoin spot ETF. If this isn't the capitulation, I would certainly believe that a rejection of a spot Bitcoin ETF would be the capitulation. And that's possible. I know you don't want to hear it, guys. But again, I'm giving you guys the truth, the unbiased truth. I think the ETF is going to get approved. Because how could we possibly miss out on integrating Bitcoin into a tool, into our system. Why wouldn't we use that as well? Why would we let all the other countries take advantage of this amazing technology and this digital gold and miss out? That doesn't make any sense to me. But there is a chance that Gary Gensler is a crony, and I don't mean a crowbull, I mean a crony, a crook, and denies it because he's got some other agenda. There's also a world where we're just not ready for it in the US and we missed the boat. It's possible. That could be the capitulation event. In the meantime, Chris Marsliak is just talking positive. It's so interesting to see this kind of language from CEO of crypto.com. Founders should never relinquish control of the board, never under no circumstances. The moment you do it, the soul of your company begins to rot. No amount of money is worth it. He cares about the soul of his company. That's what he's saying. He doesn't want to relinquish control. He's talking long-term here, guys. They're building. He's commenting on OpenAI. He's not commenting about this Binance news. Not commenting about this Binance news. And neither is CZ. We're not seeing any words from CZ today. Nothing. And look at all these. Look. CZ guilty. CZ. All the Twitter spaces. Everything's about CZ today. That's what we're talking about. Big time liquidations going up. Longs are getting crushed today. I wouldn't be surprised to see some shorts get liquidated too, because now that people see this event and they say, hey, look at the thumbnail. Market sell-off warning. Some people are going to short because some people are greedy and they want to take advantage of every little trade. And those shorts could get liquidated. Those shorts could also print massive gains, guys. Leverage trading can be a fantastic tool. It can also be very, very dangerous. If you guys want to leverage trade, we do have a sign-up bonus in the link in the description down below. I got a new banner we're actually going to put up tomorrow, and I'll share that with you guys. But make sure you guys, if you want to take advantage of this volatility, there's a sign-up bonus for you there. But look, careful with the leverage, because $127 million of longs were liquidated yesterday. And today, let's see how it plays out. The day's not even over. Let's see what these liquidations are tomorrow. I bet you we have just as big of these candles today. I think these candles are going to be huge. I think we have a lot more volatility coming later this afternoon. There's going to be maybe photos of CZ entering court that are going to be circulating in the press later. He's going to Seattle today. Not going to jail today, okay? But he's likely going to get some kind of sentencing. What does this mean for the broader crypto market? October was bullish. November was looking bullish. But now, instead of everybody talking about the bullish move in October at Thanksgiving, all your relatives are going to talk about, well, see now that Binance exchange collapsed and FTX was terrible and Binance is terrible. It's all a fraud. That's the vision that I have for Thanksgiving. And I'm ready to battle all my relatives at the table to say that's an exchange, not Bitcoin. You can have a problem with an exchange, but that doesn't devalue the future price of Bitcoin. In the meantime, November could turn red, guys. So just a warning on you there. November could flip red with this story breaking, and December might also become red as well. Typically, when we see a red November, we tend to see a red December. In fact, every time in the history of Bitcoin back to 2013, we said a red November, we've also gotten a red December. If you don't want a red December, you're going to want a green November, okay? Past performance doesn't predict future performance, but this is where my thoughts are at. This is what I'm looking at today. These are the stories that I share with you. Another key here is we've been talking about a potential altcoin rally. Well, we had a little bit of an altcoin rally lately, which was very exciting. And now I think we're cooling off. Ethereum is rejecting out of this triangle and likely going to have an attempt back down to $1,600, maybe down to $1,700, because this is a key triangle. This news certainly likens the possibility of Ethereum to break down here. If Ethereum breaks down below this triangle, that is not something that we want to see. I don't think that's going to happen. I think worst case scenario right now for Ethereum is maybe a 17% crash. Maybe a 20% crash down to about $1,600, $1,700. And with that, the altcoins will suffer as well. And what will be the strongest? Let me know if you know the answer in the comments down below. What will be the strongest coin, guys, as altcoins sell off? The answer is always Bitcoin, folks. The answer is always Bitcoin. Bitcoin in times of trouble holds the strongest. That's just how it goes. There are exceptions, okay? But generally, it's Bitcoin. Let's look at what else is going on here. Let's do a little Q&A, guys. What's everybody doing out there? What's everybody feeling out there today? Let's talk a little bit about it. A lot of people out there in the chat are very excited for CRO and Tonic. So many people are saying seize the opportunity for CRO. John R. wants to know, why is CRO dropping and BNB holding? Man, people don't get it. BNB might be propped up by some folks that we don't even know. I don't know how Binance didn't crash harder in the bear market. That was suspicious. Going to be interesting to see how this story unfolds, but Binance is just larger in market cap. Lot more long-term holders of that token. That's just the fact. It's a 30-something billion dollar market cap versus crypto.com's $2.5 billion market cap. I'm going to keep my do not disturb on here. So that's kind of my thoughts on there. See what else everybody's saying in the chat right now. Let me know what questions you guys have. This is kind of our Q&A portion of our videos. We do these live streams every Monday through Friday, guys. Bernie RL just said, just sold at a loss. I'm sure it's going to continue to dip. Ooh, Bernie RL. Yeah, sold at a loss. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. Because, Bernie, do you expect Bitcoin to reach all-time highs? And so I just don't get selling at a loss. Now, if you're holding a meme coin that's going to die anyway, and you were just riding a little pump because the crypto market was pumping and there was like a meme coin railing, I can understand selling out of a meme coin because you're afraid it's going to go to zero. But CRO ain't going to zero. Binance isn't even going to zero. FTX didn't even go to zero. It got pretty darn close. Didn't go to zero. It broke down below into the, not even in the top 100, and now it's back up into the top 100 and moving up today. I see now it's Black Friday, sales from BNB. That's what it's all about, looking at the sales. CZ got squeezed. Yeah. Some people think that CZ is just the fall guy. Yeah. I mean, maybe. Maybe that's what the story is. Binance USDT withdrawals are not working. Very interesting. Let's see how that goes. Thanks for saying that in the comments down below. Daddy JC, increasing my position as we speak. The only way is up, says Mr. Planet Profit. That's a long-term thinker right there. I appreciate the long-term thinking. WG Ray asks, do you see CDC trying to get a license approval from the USA before releasing their exchange in the US? Yeah, of course. Of course. We still have more news coming for crypto.com on the USA front. Look, there's still some regulatory hurdles here in the US for crypto.com, clearly, because we don't have that exchange product yet. We don't really have access to a lot of exchanges in the US. It's very, very interesting. You know, we're supposed to have a free economy here. It's capitalism, but government really likes to tell us what to do. Kind of interesting, huh? Kind of interesting, guys. Crypto Runner's asking, I think he's selling at a loss to buy back cheaper. Yeah, I mean, sure, but what if it doesn't keep selling? Yeah, I know, like my thumbnail says the warning market sell-off, but what if that's the sell-off and it's done? That's my point. And I'm not saying don't sell. You got to do what you got to do. You got to make your own decision. You got to do your own research. But I urge people not to panic. If you're panic selling, think about this. What if you sold CRO? What if you sold CRO at the FTX collapse, right? And you sold it all at 5 cents, and you were just like, that's it. I'm out at 5 cents, and it's going to dip. And you just kept saying, it's going to dip lower. It's going to dip lower. I'm going to get it at a penny. Think about, I also look at this. How many comments we've had on this channel? I do a lot of CRO videos on this channel, guys. We've had so many comments that people say it's going to 1 cent. It's going to 2 cents. That never happened. That's not going to happen. Okay. People get a little too bearish sometimes. All right. And I'm not saying that was a bad idea to sell. I'm just saying Godspeed. All right. Godspeed to anybody selling out there. I hope you enter back in at the correct point before you miss out on the upside, because when crypto rips, it rips. If you miss the upward month, well, then you miss the upward month. And if you just bought at the end of this month, well, now you're getting wrecked and now you're frustrated. A lot of people were waiting for the bull market to start investing. How did that work out? Well, if you bought last week for the first time in months, that's not going so well for you today. The strategy I talk about on this channel every single day is dollar cost averaging. And I look at the long term. I'm not trying to time the market, I'm trying to get time in the market. That's my strategy. I went all in on CRO, says Sufayan. I only buy CRO. Well, good luck to you. I like a little diversity. Got to have some Bitcoin and Ethereum, in my opinion. There's a lot of great altcoins that are going to perform well, but certainly on a day like today, CRO is getting a little bit more bullish, despite some of the fear of overall exchanges collapsing. Just overall, I think everybody's scared of exchanges again, once again. You know, this is, again, stressing DeFi. I'm sure you're going to see a lot of influencers out there talking about how you got to be in DeFi because you never know what can happen to your exchange. And yeah, I mean, I just like diversity. Diversity of, I don't want all my money in one bank. I don't want all my money in just crypto. I don't want all my money in just one crypto exchange. I want some in a crypto exchange. I want some in a DeFi wallet. I want some in cold storage. I want some in a bank. I want some more in another bank. I want some in a retirement account. I want some in an HSA account. I want some over here. I like diversity. I like to diversify. That's just me, though. Bought 90K at 5 cents. Bought 30K just now. Total of 120K. My goal is 200K before 10 cents. Looking to sell in 2025. This guy's talking about CRO, WG Ray. Looking to buy the dip. Beautiful. Nazar, a member on the channel. A beautiful member. Good to see you, Nazar. What's the best bargain following today's news? A great question by a great follower of the channel. Thanks for the question, Nazar. Let's look at what's selling off the hardest and what I like right now about what's going on. Let's just take a peek at what's happening right now, and we'll go over to CoinMarketCap, and let's look at the charts, guys. Let's see what's on discount today. The biggest losers in the last 24 hours. Biggest gainers, FTX. That's a joke. OKX doing very well today. Very interesting that OKB is doing well today. Huobi token doing well today. A couple exchange tokens. Very, very interesting. BUSD. Let's see how this continues. Now down to rank number 37. Stable coins seeming pretty stable right now. All right, let's look at the biggest losers on the day. Celestia has been rallying, cooling off. Don't know about that one yet. Caspa finding even more downside. Had a sell-off yesterday, had more of a sell-off today. Still up 37% on the last 7 days. Also breaking all-time highs. It's on a discount from its highs, but it's still very much in price discovery mode at this point. So be careful with that. But this one, some people are saying this is the next Bitcoin. I've been digging into Caspa a little bit more. I might be picking up some Caspa myself. Certainly a little bit of a discount today. An 11% retracement on a coin that you like the future of. Not a bad consideration. But this is what I do. I look at the last 24 hours. I look at the last 7 days, and it's just a really simple way. Matic is down 15% on the week. Matic looks like a good buy. Also, remember, Polygon Matic, guys, didn't break out in this bear market yet. All right? This is back in February. It had its best month in February. Every other Bitcoin was up here. You saw Ethereum didn't quite break out yet. Polygon is definitely at a discount right now, in my opinion. Polygon is one to answer your question, Nazar. Thanks for the question. By the way, if you guys have any other questions, please let me know in the comments down below. Send me a super chat with your question. I try to get all the questions, guys. It's sometimes hard to see. There's a lot of comments going through. Looking at some of the other movers on the day, or let's look on the week. Celestia is pretty down on the week, I guess. Sandbox. Sandbox is a sleeper one. Sandbox was one of the biggest gaining tokens in the last bull market. We had a lot of metaverse coins that were rallying. Sandbox is a big metaverse token. Also, this one has done almost nothing since this bear market. In fact, it's just continuously come down. At the previous market, this thing was all the way up at $7.50, guys. $7.50. This thing might have a lot of upside. Sandbox is one that I'm looking at. I've been talking a lot with Black Sea about the ones that I'm still waiting on to pop. Sandbox is one of the ones that I've been tracking that I will probably be picking up some Sandbox. Get in on that metaverse action. I think there's going to be a time where the metaverse tokens launch. I think there's going to be a time where the layer 1 solutions have a rally. I think there's going to be a time where the layer 2 solutions have a rally. I think there's going to be a time where the exchange tokens have a rally. I think there's going to be a time where the meme coins have a rally. These things come in phases, guys. It's going to be very interesting. Filecoin loves bull markets. When Filecoin rips in a bull market, it absolutely soars. This thing's down to $4.4. It was all the way up to $178. Filecoin. What is Filecoin? Filecoin is a centralized storage system that aims to store humanity's most important information. This is very interesting. And now this could be from like, your social security information. You could be your house deed. Like it could be anything, guys. A lot of utility for this. A concept like this, kind of like a Dropbox or an iCloud. Anyone can join Filecoin. This is very interesting. This is almost going down the road like a decentralized Google, a decentralized cloud. Okay, guys? This could be a very interesting project. I'm going to keep my eye on Filecoin. I am bullish on Filecoin. I'll tell you guys. Since its launch, it's down 61%. Wow. Might have a crazy time in this next bull market. I watched this in the last 2 bull markets. This coin was ripping hard. One I'm looking at as well. Let's keep looking over the last 7 days. What else is down? What do I like? I don't like Terra Luna Class. I don't like Terra. I don't like FTX. I don't do that stuff. Guys. When the founders fail and the founders wreck the users, I'm not going back. You lost my trust. You lose my trust. Good luck getting it back. Arbitrum's hot. Down a little bit. People are excited about Arbitrum. Don't forget, Arbitrum is one of the top DeFi plays out there. Sui could have some moves. It's a newer coin. I know some people are excited about that one. Let's see how Sui plays out. Chili's was one that was on everybody's mind last bull cycle. Another example of a metaverse token that really hasn't seen any excitement as Bitcoin's been rallying. This one has not been performing well versus Bitcoin. So, that's kind of how I look through that, guys. What about Gala? Ooh, good question. I appreciate that. I've been meaning to look at Gala Games. Thank you so much, Sufyan. Gala Games. Let's look at Gala because everybody wanted to talk about Gala Games for a while, talking about Web3 gaming. Gala is going to rip at some point, I think. It's down at 2 cents. Could get back up to 80 cents maybe. Who knows? Maybe even $1 in this bull market. I think Gala to $1 in this bull market could be a thing. Excuse me. Excuse me. It certainly could be a thing. Pete L wants to know, will the NFTs rally during the bull run? Do they rally at the same time as the coins do? No, they don't rally at the same time as coins do. Want proof? Well, just look at what happened with Bitcoin and look where NFTs are. Now, they came up a little bit, but NFTs come after mega FOMO comes. Once people are already rich on crypto, then they start spending a bunch of money on JPEGs. That's generally how it works in my mind. I think that's how it's going to play out. I do think that NFTs will come back in this next bull market, but I don't think anybody's going to buy JPEGs until they're rich in crypto. And everybody's broke right now. Generally. We got 75 likes, 98 viewers, guys. Can we get to 100 likes? I don't know. Smash up the like button if you think so. Wink. You know what I'm saying? Okay. All right, guys. Well, what a beautiful stream. I had a lot of fun. Hour and 8 minutes, one of our longest streams yet. A lot of people tuning in today. Everybody wants to know what's going on. What's the message of the day? Take a breath. Take a breath, guys. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Okay? Enjoy your time with your family. Enjoy the dip. I like the dollar cost averaging strategy because it works for me. I think it can work for you. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice, but every single day, 5 times a day, we're posting videos, 3 long videos, 2 shorts, and we're giving you guys everything that we can when it comes to crypto. The latest, the greatest, the not so great, whatever it is, we're going to talk about it with as unbiased of an opinion as humanly possible, because I care about each one of you guys out there. I want you to make money. I want us all to make money. I want us to stay safe, and I want us to be educated so that we can get more folks educated about crypto so that this thing can become a thing and improve the world. I do think that crypto can improve the world. We got to get rid of some of these road bumps. CZ, rest in peace. FTX is Sam Bankman-Fried. You don't need to rest in peace. But good riddance. Good riddance. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Don't forget to smash the like button. If you guys enjoyed this stream, I had a lot of fun with you guys today. Smash the like button if you like the content. And as always, guys, you got to remember to DCA, HODL. And of course, I will see you next time. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you next time. Peace.